President Trump, wasn't it, to you guys? Absolutely. And the reason it was is because we've been so frustrated. You know, one of the main reasons President Trump ran again was to bring these lawfare monsters to justice. Right? They've got to be brought to justice, or it'll continue. And I don't believe Pam Bondi has done a single thing to bring any of them to justice. I think Pam Bondi's entire goal was to slow walk this whole thing. And, you know, she's already a millionaire many times over, but she's got this fancy pants job that they found for her at some private law firm. I like this statement that Pam Bondi released that she's going to help Blanche with the transition. We don't want you anywhere near that place. There's nothing for you to help with. You've done enough damage. You've wasted a year, which is what their goal is. Don't you understand? They're trying to slow walk everything, figuring, well, he's got this last term, he'll be gone, and nothing will happen. They're killing time, buying time, killing time, wasting time, slow walking everything. And she blew a year. And let me tell you something. She'll have her millions and she'll be happy like Marjorie Trader Green. However, Pam Bondi, she's no longer going to be welcome when she's out and about by MAGA people. I've seen a couple of videos. One in particular I saw last week of Bongino getting confronted by some guy, and Bongino's face, he looked shocked. So all this standing ovation and crap that she's been, those days are over, Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi, by MAGA people, which is the Republican base, is viewed as a traitor. All right, we have about 30 seconds until the radio show begins. Less than 30 seconds, less than 20 seconds, actually. I've been editing the video of the cruise, which I'm going to debut over the weekend on the channel. Hold on. Welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. It is Friday, April 3rd, 2026. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. And man, oh man, am I excited. In fact, you know, yesterday, I think it's fair to say, yesterday was one of the happiest days of President Trump's second term, in my opinion, for MAGA people, right? And of course, I'm talking about the firing of Pam Bondi. The firing of Pam Bondi. Were you not excited about that? Heck yeah. So we're going to cover that, and there's a lot to talk about with this. Now, of course, today is Friday. Callers on hold, stand by. Today is Friday, and on Friday, as always on this program, it is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, you can call in about any and everything on your mind. The show prep is up to you and the listening audience. However, I'm going to open up here talking about the great firing of Pam Bondi. And I'm very excited about this. I am excited beyond imagination, I must tell you, okay? Oh, man, aren't you excited? How could you not be excited? Now, I was watching, I don't watch television news that much, but I was watching it yet. When there's breaking news, I do watch it. And this isn't true just on cable news. I noticed this on social media. Everyone on social media and on television are saying she was fired over her mishandling of the Epstein files and leaking the Feng investigation being reopened on Swalwell to Swalwell. That's all BS. This has nothing to do with Epstein. These never Trumpers, everything is Epstein. Everything. No, it has nothing to do with Epstein and nothing to do with Eric Swalwell and Feng. The reason that the president fired Pam Bondi is because there have been no arrest. And when I talk about arrest, I'm talking about Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, and the list goes on. There have been no arrest. That's why she was fired. And I find it fascinating. I really do. I find it fascinating that no one in the media are talking about that. They want, they're obsessed with everything with them is Epstein. Even Benny Johnson had a thing about Swalwell. No, I'm not saying that if the Swalwell story is true, it may have been like, okay, I've had enough of this, but it's because there have been no arrests. President Trump ran for re-election for a number of reasons, but the number one reason that he ran for a lot of reasons, and he's doing a lot of them and doing so many great things, but the main reason he ran was to bring these lawfare monsters to justice that have been harassing him and his family for 12 years. And, if you think you're frustrated, if you think you've been ticked off at Pam Bondi, imagine how President Trump feels. He's the one they arrested falsely multiple times. He's the one that got his house broken into. He's the one whose wife's and son's room were tossed by these creep feds. So if you're frustrated and you're ticked off at Pam Bondi, imagine what it's like for President Trump, the man who experienced these corrupt public officials in the lawfare. So that's why she's fired. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll get to the call shortly. But there's a lot to question here. I hate that term, unpack. They use that all the time on TV, especially Harris Faulkner. Okay, in this hour, we're going to unpack this, and then we're going to unpack that. And there's a lot to unpack here. Oh, my goodness. These people in cable news, they get these phrases that they overused, and then they all start using them. The most recent is unpack. It used to be bad actors. Everybody was a bad actor when they were talking about people. Before that, they had the notion. Oh, my goodness. The notion that this, the notion that that. Oh, my goodness. It goes way back. It's annoying. But there's a question about Pam Bondi that I want to ask you. Have there been no arrest because she's an incompetent who's gotten by on her good looks her whole life? Or have there been no arrest by design and she's working with the Republican establishment and the Bushies? Now, you got to remember, Pam Bondi came up through the ranks of the Republican Party right here in the great state of Florida under Jeb Bush. So, yeah. And one of Pam Bondi's best friends in the world, in fact, a drinking buddy of hers, is, drumroll please, Anna Navarro from The View. One of her closest friends, a drinking buddy. All right? Yeah, not kidding. Anna Navarro's talked about this many times on the Coven of The View show, when she's on that panel. So, have there been no arrests by design or by incompetence? And I know a lot of people say, well, she did a great job as Attorney General in Florida for 8 years. I don't know. I can't tell you one darn thing she did as Attorney General. Can you? No Googling, please. If she did something great, we'd remember it. The current Attorney General, whose name I can't even remember because he's not a big celebrity, he came up with the idea for Alligator Alcatraz, okay? I know DeSantis took credit for it, but the current Attorney General of Florida, that was his idea, Alligator Alcatraz. What did she do as Attorney General for 8 years in Florida? I have no idea. I'm not kidding. I've talked about this a lot. Now, I must say, I'm not big into I told you so's, but every once in a while, I've got to do an I told you so. I've been totally vindicated here. I've been telling you guys for a long time that the entire Trump administration in the second term are performing above and beyond expectations. Everyone's doing a perfect job, except the Justice Department, except Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino. And two of the three are history. Bongino and Pam Bondi out. So did Pam Bondi do as she was told and expected to do? Did Pam Bondi, are her friends high-fiving her? Because what's going on here is this. The never Trumpers have told themselves this. Well, this is it. It's a second term, right? If we could just slow walk everything, nothing will happen. So she killed a year. She wasted a year of this term. So she very well can be having, your first thought might be she's pissed off. She's been drinking wine all night, talking with Anna Navarro on the phone. Maybe. But then again, she might have spent her whole night receiving calls of congratulations from Jeb Bush, George Bush, William Crystal, all the Weekly Standard Lincoln Project types. It's one of those. Either she was on the phone with Anna Navarro crying over wine all night like Kamala Harris with her working Pam Bondi up, or she was did a great job. You wasted a year. Pam got a year done of no arrest. Good job. Mission accomplished. Which do you think it was? All right. If you're on hold, stand by. I'll take calls after the first break. Our number is toll free 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll free call no matter where you are listening. We'll be back right after this. All right, we have just a few seconds and we'll be back. If you're on hold, hang in there. All right, we're back. Oh man, celebrating the firing of Pam Bondi. All right, I'm going to go to the phones. It is Open Mega Mike Friday, open phones. I've got so much more to say and cover on this topic, but let's hear what you have to think in the jury of public opinion. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, Brian. This is Dave from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Pennsylvania.
I agree. I was never a fan of Pam Bondi from the get-go, but I gave her a chance. I say, well, we'll see what she can do. And as soon as she couldn't handle the Letitia James case, I said, well, that was it for me. I just said, if you can't handle a simple case like that, then what are you going to do at the big show?
Well, that's what the question is. Maybe she handled it perfectly for the people she's working for. Maybe she was working for the Bushes and not the Trumps, right?
Yeah, maybe too. She got intimidated by
Big Tish
position being more than what she thought it would be with the death threats and everything.
No, that's all. You're giving her an excuse. She's either an incompetent or an operative.
I know. I just.
Why are you getting her off the hook? Why are you letting her off the hook?
I'm not giving her off the hook, but I'm just saying. I'm just thinking maybe that's what she's thinking.
No.
But I never was a fan of her. I'm glad she's gone. And who I would like to see replace her, in my opinion, is Janine Pirro.
Judge Janine.
That's my choice.
Would you? I would have no worries about Judge Janine.
Yeah, because the way she was handling Washington, and I see her press conference talk, and she's a no nonsense kind of lady, and I like where she's coming from. That's my choice.
All right, appreciate the call. Makes some sense. All right, take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, my name's Mark. I'm in Virginia.
All right, Mark in Virginia. You called me. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so I assume that you're a Trump supporter?
Absolutely. I'm wearing a Trump 2028 hat.
I figured, not a lot of Democrats wear those things. I just wanted to make sure.
You're not a Trump supporter?
Well, I gotta say, I actually voted for Trump in 2024, but I've lost a lot of my enthusiasm.
Oh, really? Why? Tell me why. Oh, here we go again. Tell me why.
Well, quite frankly, I am really underwhelmed. I don't think he's going far enough with a lot of his specifically domestic.
Really? Give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example.
A great example is the deportations and the immigration.
What are you talking about? Slow down a second. Slow down. The deportation. He shut down the border. There has not been an illegal cross. Excuse me. I'm responding to your. I'm responding to your ignorance. He shut down the southern border. There hasn't been an illegal crossing in about a year. There have been millions of deportations, millions of self-deportations. Are you out of your mind? Just admit you're a Democrat. You hate. Why do you Democrats have to pretend to be us?
Okay, well, this is starting off aggressive.
Well, you're lying. Why are you pretending to be what I am, MAGA? Sound of silence. He's thinking of what to say.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm good, aren't I?
No,
I smoked you out. I smoked you out the moment you said. I said, "What's your name? Where are you calling from?"
I'm honestly just surprised that a man of 55, 60 plus is this short-sighted on a social etiquette. But
what do you mean social etiquette? Wow. You're lying to me. You're lying to me and to everyone listening to this program. Why are you lying? He didn't vote for Trump in 2024.
I did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You brought up some excuse you're disappointed on, which is one of his greatest successes, the border. It's been shut down for a year.
And what I was going to say before you cut me off in an extraordinarily unprofessional and rude.
Oh, no, this is incredibly professional.
He did a great...
clearly. Are you Beavis or Butthead?
I was going to say that he did a great job with the shutting down of the border,
He's deported millions. He's deported millions. And millions have self-deported. And he's allied with pretty much every country in Latin America are taking their people back. Just admit you're a Democrat. It's okay. I know it's embarrassing. I know it's shameful, but just admit it.
Wow, this is really.
I know it's good, isn't it?
I mean, I was hoping. I mean, a lot of the Democrats have like these.
What were you hoping for?
Like,
what were you hoping for? What were you hoping for? Tell me what you were hoping for.
I was hoping. Well, some common decency would be a start, but
I'm very decent. You're the one who's indecent. You're the one who's indecent.
Sir, I haven't raised my voice or shouted or tried to cut you off a single time in this entire call.
So what? You're lying.
The only one who says that I'm lying is you.
No, you're saying you're lying. You're just not smart enough to understand it. And you're not a good liar. You voted for Trump in 2024, but you didn't vote for him in 18. You didn't vote for him in 20 or 16. Why not?
Well, because quite frankly, I was really hoping that then.
No. You didn't vote. You didn't vote for him in 2020. You didn't vote for him. No. You didn't vote. You said you voted for him in 2024.
I understand. This is what this show is. This is you aren't actually here for a debate. You're here for your content. I understand.
Excuse me. You didn't vote for Trump. You said you voted.
Trying to have a debate. You're not going to let.
This is a debate. You've been totally exposed. You've been totally exposed. You said you voted. Tell me why you voted. Why did you vote for Biden in 2020? Why'd you vote for Biden in 2020? You said you voted for Trump in 24. So who'd you vote for in 2020?
I didn't vote in 2020.
Why not?
Both options suck. Because Trump was a disaster.
Oh, Trump was a disaster. So then in 2024, you voted for someone you thought was a disaster? See what I mean? I exposed you with the first syllable out of your mouth.
I'm hoping if you would let me explain, I would tell you, sir. Do you want to keep acting like a child, or would you like to let me explain? Up to you.
I'm waiting impatiently.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, if you let me finish a sentence.
Oh, stop it! Another proof that you're this constant victimhood whining. Stop whining like a snowflake. You're exposing yourself as a liberal with all this whining.
I'm acting like an adult, sir. It's a skill that clearly you failed to learn. What I'm trying to say is that I voted for Trump in 2024 because I was hoping that all of the bullshit that they did.
Oh, first dump of the day, Mike. First dump of the day. Oh, my goodness. There's no MAGA divide. There are only fake MAGA pretending to no longer be MAGA. First dump of the day. Oh, my goodness. If you're on hold, stand by as we wait for the delay to re-engage. Oh, my goodness. Last night, I was sitting down. My wife and I were sitting down. We were watching some television. And my wife asked me to reach for something to get. And I reached. I stretched as far as I was like Plastic Man. I was stretching so far with my left arm. I'm right-handed to get this thing and then to reach my, because I was a little lazy. I didn't feel like getting up. I was very comfortable. And I reached as far as I could reach and got her this and handed it to her. And I told her, I said, remember when my shoulder was in pain? I couldn't move like that if I wanted to until Dr. Philip Appleton rid me of the pain in my left shoulder with his laser away pain system. By the way, I had another injury in my right shoulder too. So I've had 2 shoulder injuries. But I was just remembering I couldn't stretch like that. If I even attempted to stretch like that when my shoulder was injured before Dr. Appleton treated me with robotic laser, I would have been crying out in pain. And I'm like, oh wow. And it's a good thing I was lazy, because if I got up to get her instead of doing the stretch, I wouldn't have realized. And when you're in pain, it is so limiting, isn't it? It really is, because when you're in pain, there's so many things you can't do that you want to do that seem so simple when you're not living in pain. Living in pain is a thing of the past for me. And Dr. Appleton has rid me of pain 7 times without any drugs, without any shots, without any surgery. The robotic laser is 100% painless. And my favorite part is it works. That's the best part, right? Give Dr. Appleton a call. I haven't seen Dr. Appleton in a while because I'm pain-free. Next time I fall and hurt myself, I'll see him. So I feel bad. I go in every once in a while. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, that's good. It means you haven't hurt yourself, Brian. It means you're not in pain. That's right. That's right. Give Dr. Appleton a call. Now, remember, appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. We'll be right back. So give me a yes or no. Was that guy a Democrat? Yes or no? Oh, my goodness. All right, so we're still in radio break. Tell me, guys, that last caller, was he fake MAGA? Yes or no? Was he fake MAGA? Yes or no? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We'll be back in a little over a minute from the break. Was he fake MAGA? Yes or no? If you'd like to call in, the number's toll free. It's pinned in the live chat. 888-465-2631. My vote is fake MAGA, obviously. Oh, man. I can't believe it's Friday already. Make sure to catch me all weekend long. I'll be live streaming all weekend. And please like the video. Liking the video helps spread the word about the channel. Okay, guys? When you like the video, it gets the video recommended to people that have not yet found me. And that's how we grow. So please like the video. And after you like the video, if you happen to have that hype function available, do that too. That helps too. All right, less than a minute. We'll be back. And if you're on hold, stand by. The number's toll free, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Toll free call no matter where you are located. All right, stand by. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. This is like the biggest holiday week of the year. Passover, Easter. All right, 10 seconds. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. So what do you guys think? Was that last guy fake MAGA? Oh, my goodness. I say yes. All right, 888-465-2631. It is Open MAGA Mike Friday, open phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, good morning, Brian. It's Joan from Tampa Bay.
Hey, Joan.
I believe in everything and all of Trump's decisions. And yes, Pam Bondi was totally ineffective. I wanted to see some people walked out with their hands behind their back. Yep. And that's the list that you gave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and I 100% back every one of Trump's decisions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without question.
I mean, Trump is always right, period.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Yeah, you sure is.
Anyway, have a good.
All right, appreciate the call. Okay, so now we've got Todd Blanche as acting attorney general. He was Trump's attorney during that Judge Mershon case. Judge Mershon should be arrested too. But so now here we are. Todd Blanche is the acting attorney general, so he can start doing the arrest. And I want to see some quick. And what I'd like, the one that's the easiest to do, we need an arrest, big one. The one that's the easiest to do, that's high profile right now, because everything's already done, is Letitia James with the mortgage fraud allegations, right? Now remember, the main allegations, and there's multiple allegations of this, is that she got a mortgage with her father, multiple mortgages, and on the form she said that her father was her husband to get a better rate. Hardcore crime. I'd like to see, and by the way, all the investigation has been done. They even sought indictments and got indictments on her, right? I want to see Letitia. This is how it works. I want to see Letitia James arrested, Letitia James's father arrested, and the loan officer arrested. You get those three arrested, you're going to get some people rolling on each other. Okay? And that was part of the coordinated lawfare effort against President Trump. And I want to see them all arrested, but that's one where Blanche could come in with a quick arrest. All the evidence is there. They've already received indictments. And the thing about the Letitia James case that I like so much, now I will tell Todd Blanche, make sure that you tell Kash Patel to bring extra large handcuffs, because I just have an idea that Letitia's wrists are very thick, okay? Yeah. But the Letitia James, the public needs to see some justice here. Are we a nation of outlaws or a nation of laws, right? And the reason I say Letitia James first is because the allegations are mortgage fraud. There's so much paperwork with her signature on it. It's already documented, and they've already gotten indictments and such. So that's the easiest one. And it would be boom, and people would be very excited about that. Now, I don't want that to be the last one, but that would be a good first one. And there's no reason for Todd Blanche not to arrest her over the weekend or Monday, because it's already there. And when I say an arrest, I mean a high-profile arrest with handcuffs, with a perp walk. You can walk her in with the handcuffs in front of her and have a coat over the cuffs. I don't care. I just want handcuffs on someone who's a household name and was a household name before the second term. You know, this mortgage fraud and everything is huge, but I don't want any Somali pirates or even this Medicare, Medicaid fraud out in California. That has to be taken care of. But I don't want to, I want household name arrest. People that were household names before the 2024 election. And Letitia James would be perfect for that. And there's no reason for Todd Blanche not to do that. And do it soon. Holiday time's the best time. Everything's shut down. People get, you arrest someone today, they're going to spend the weekend in the clink. But Big Tish, they probably call some judge in to do the hearing, you know, get her out on bail. But I want to see a real major arrest. You know what? So does the president, and so do the American people. That's why President Trump's approval ratings are so high. That's big. But I want to see Comey arrested. I want to see Brennan arrested. I want to see Clapper arrested. I want to see FBI agents knock on Barack Obama's door and start asking questions about this illegal spy operation that he ordered on President Trump. I don't expect them to arrest Obama, but I do expect J. Edgar Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Letitia's father, Letitia's loan officer who signed off on this, and who knows who else at the bank handled it. And I also want to see Fannie Willis and her gigolo boy toy boyfriend with cuffs on being perp walked too. They're the ones, you know, Letitia, Fannie, these lawfare people, they're the ones involved in a RICO conspiracy. They were trying to get as many charges and crimes and arrests against Trump as possible to try to turn MAGA voters against him. They were involved in a criminal conspiracy. Fannie Willis charged President Trump and his team in Fulton County with the crimes that she and these others were doing, whose names I've been mentioning all morning. They're the ones breaking the RICO laws. Man, oh man, is this exciting. Are you excited? I am so excited. Man, when this came down yesterday, I was like, oh, I saw Loomer was tweeting about it, right? And I was like, okay, this is great. If Loomer says it, it's true. And they were talking about it happening today because the news broke. They did it early. And the reports are that he told her before his speech the other night, and that she begged for her job. I bet she did. You know, she's 61 years old, and I'll give it, she looks pretty good for 61. But, you know, Pam Bondi, at the age of 61, for the very first time in her life, has faced rejection. She's never heard no. She's never been rejected, and she's never been able to use her feminine charms to get a man to do what she wanted them to do. Okay? And she's a very persuasive person. Right? And can you imagine what it's like for someone at the age of 61 years old to be rejected for the first time in their life? Oh my goodness. So my guess is she's freaking out. Even if things went according to plan, slow walking this for an entire year, she wasted a year. These lawfare people, we should have had convictions and sentencings already. Some of these people should have been doing time already. And I understand these are difficult prosecutions, but what the heck is she going after prosecutions in Virginia? You're not going to get any convictions of these government the people of Virginia, most of them in Northern Virginia are part of the Beltway Swamp. They all work there and live there. But most of the state of Virginia are a bunch of collaborators. Why are you going there? And, one thing I'm very curious about is I keep hearing about these grand juries at the federal courthouse in Fort Pierce in St. Lucie County here. Are they really there? Another thing, they keep giving her credit for the lowest murder rate. I don't accept that. I know we have the lowest. What did she do that gave us the lowest murder rate? I think it was the deportations, shutting down the border. A lot of the illegals are in hiding, afraid to go out and do crime. They don't want to get deported. I think Trump's immigration policies are the reason we have the lowest crime rate since 1900. Now, if Pam Bondi did something about that, let me know, but I seem to have missed it. All right. If you're on hold, hang in there. The number's toll free. Oh, what a great day. The number's toll free 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Oh, man. Maybe you have neuropathy and don't even know it. Let Lighthouse Medical tell you if you have neuropathy or not, okay? Do you have numbness, pain, burning, tingling in your hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. Those are just some of the major symptoms of neuropathy, and they do make life unbearable, very difficult. Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano have a treatment for neuropathy that works and lasts. Steve had his neuropathy treatment over 3.5 years ago. He saw immediate relief after the first treatment, and they rid him of his neuropathy symptoms. And over 3.5 years later, they've not returned. Okay? Give them a call. They can help you no matter where you are in the world, okay, with telehealth and everything else. If you're local and you can make it in person in Pompano, that's awesome. But if you can't, even if you're local, you can do everything over the phone with them. Give Lighthouse Medical a call. Okay, make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Call us on hold. You stand by. It is open phones every Friday, open Mega Mike Friday. The show prep is up to you and the audience. You're welcome to call in about any and everything on your mind, although I would think you would have a lot of thoughts about the Bondi and Blanche and everything that's going on. The number's toll free, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. All right, we'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, we're back, and of course, celebrating President Trump firing Pam Bondi. And man, oh man, was I right? I told you, everyone in the Trump administration performing above and beyond anyone's expectations, except 3 people: the Justice Department, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino. And of those 3, 2 are gone: Bongino and Bondi. And both their last names start with B. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631 is the number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug. What's up?
It was interesting. Yesterday, we both were saying how we're disappointed in her, and then so this fired Pam Bondi.
Maybe he was listening yesterday to the conversation. You never know. He has listened.
Yeah, I bet he was. But now everybody in MAGA that I know is saying, "Where's the arrest? Where's the arrest?" Everybody's disappointed. Yes. So now I'm thinking the best scenario would be as a temporary attorney general, put Rudy in there, because Rudy is a tough guy, and he will go after these guys, especially when they find them and give them all kinds of try to bankrupt them. So he's ready to get back. Everything Rudy said for the president before was 100% correct, and he lied and made it sound like he was the criminal. So he would never get approved, I don't think, as the attorney general. But we can put him in there as temporary.
Well, Todd Blanche right now, he can arrest people right now. He could, all the paperwork's there. Everyone's home. It's Easter. It's Holy Week, right? It's Passover. Is it still Passover? I don't know. It's Easter. Everyone's home. Arrest people. Get Big Tish. Get Comey. Brennan, I don't know what Brennan's doing. He's Muslim. The people don't know that. Brennan's Muslim, so I don't know what he's doing this weekend. It certainly isn't any Jewish or Christian holidays. But and Clapper. Get him.
Oh, man.
And did I say Big Tish? Letitia James. Yes.
Oh, man. This is, I got a feeling that Pam Bondi probably could have done all this, but I think she was afraid that she didn't want to have a case and lose it and make her look bad. So I think she was just
why are all of you guys getting her off the hook? There's 2 options. She's incompetent, or she was doing the work of the Bushes.
Yeah, that could be. I'm hoping that because she seemed like a good person. She was definitely behind Trump all the way, but then she's just as lazy.
Lazy. If she's behind Trump, what do you mean she's behind Trump? Trump just fired her, right? So he didn't fire her because she's behind him. He fired her because she's not doing the job for whatever reason. If she was behind Trump, she would have arrested someone.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, I think her main problem was, I don't want to take on something that I may lose and look bad. maybe she's protecting herself.
Oh,
but if not, she's like you said, maybe she's just.
I think you're just attracted to her. You don't want to think poorly on her.
Yeah, might be right.
I told you guys. I mean, she's much better looking in person. She's not. Yeah, and a lot skinnier too.
Yeah. Really? Okay. Well, she looks good on camera.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I'm hoping something's going to come up and finally get some arrest, man, because we've been waiting for this. Most people I talk to, that's the main topic they want. Where's the arrest? Where's the arrest? Everybody says the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's about time we get somebody. Hopefully, he'll get somebody that's not afraid. And I think again, Rudy will certainly not be afraid to take anybody. If he took on the mafia, he certainly won't be worried about.
I love Mayor Giuliani, but Todd Blanchard's there. He's in place. He's the acting attorney general. He knows these cases inside and out because he was the president's attorney, right? And during these New York cases, so and he knows everything Big Tish did, and they've already gotten indictments against Letitia James. Arrest Letitia, her father, and the loan officer that did the loans. I bet you the same loan officer handled all of those loans.
Oh yeah, and you know one thing: if this was a Democrat president and a Democrat attorney general, these people have been arrested, and everybody was on an outside. They would have arrested everybody a long time ago.
Now I want to throw this out to you guys. Do you think it's possible that Ron DeSantis may be the next attorney general? And I'll tell you why I say that. One, he's term limited out of office, so he's done. He's not running for any office, right? And he's done two big things for Trump this week. One, he signed a bill into law this week. Here in Florida, we have our own version of the Save America Act. He just signed into law this week. Proof of citizenship is required to vote in the state of Florida now. Proof of citizenship is required to vote in the state of Florida now, according to the new law signed by Ron DeSantis this week. And also this week, he signed off on renaming Palm Beach International Airport Donald John Trump International Airport. So he's obviously sucking up to the president. So he's trying to get the job.
I think if doing that, I think President Trump will forgive him. But you think I don't know. I think he only wants to go to Washington to become president or vice president.
Well, I don't know where he plans on going. I mean, he's not running for office.
Yeah.
You know,
not doing anything. I don't know. That's
if he wouldn't have betrayed Trump, he would probably have already been the attorney general.
That's it, or something else. Certainly, he would have been somebody, but he did something that shouldn't have done. And I'm ready to forgive him. And if he becomes attorney general, I think he can do the job. Any attorney can do the job if they want to.
Well, listen, we don't really need to. You know, all this talk about who the attorney general is. Todd Blanchard is the acting attorney general, so he has the power and authority of the attorney general. He is the attorney general, acting, but he's the attorney general. He can do the arrest now. He can start arresting people today. So as opposed to, talking about, well, if we get this person or Judge Janine or that person, we got a guy in there now who can do it. So let's stop wasting time, killing time. They're trying to run down the clock of his second term. And Pam Bondi just wasted a year. So let's do it now. Arrest people.
Do it now. I agree, man. I love it. But, if he wants to get approved as the attorney general, he's probably going to take it a little easy right now.
Well, then fire him too and plug somebody else in there. Yeah. Then he's useless. I don't. If that's Todd Blanchard's, you don't want someone like. All right, Doug. Appreciate the call. Oh my goodness. Bringing me down. I want to talk about Friendly Tire in Margate. Friendly Tire in Margate is a lifesaver. New tires out the door and on the road as low as $75 a tire, and that's on common sizes on some of the most popular vehicles on the road. And all the cars in my family are on the road with tires from Friendly Tire. Okay. My daughter, before she moved to California, I took her car to Friendly Tire and got 4 new Firestones over there. Got a great deal on them, of course. Then I shipped the car to her. She lived out there for a couple of years, drove all over creation, through the deserts, through the mountains, through everything. Okay. And when she drove back home to Florida, she wanted to drive. And I said, do you need new tires? She says, no. I said, you have put thousands, you've been driving through the mountains, through the deserts and all this stuff. She's like, I had her FaceTime me and show me the tread, and she didn't need new tires. She drove those tires. That's right. She drove all the way across the country from California to Florida on Friendly Tire tires. And and she's still driving on the Friendly Tire tires too. She had to, with all the driving she's done. Give Friendly Tire a call. You know, and when I say out the door and on the road, remember, Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire, mount the tire, or dispose of your old tires. He has thousands of good used tires in stock for as low as $35 a tire, and that's out the door and on the road as well. He also does tire repairs, which other tire shops do not do. Give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. He'll give you a quote right over the phone. He can get all the name brands you know and love. I'm a Firestone guy, but you know, some people like Bridgestone, some people like Pirelli, and all these other brands. He can get tires for any type of vehicle. If you have run flats like I have on one of my cars, great deals on run flats. If you have a Tesla, not only does he have incredible deals on Tesla tires, he has all the special tools needed to change the tires on your Tesla vehicles. Give him a call, 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. That's 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire. All right, make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show or mention me, and he'll take extra good care of you. All right, we'll be up upon our top of the hour break in just 1 minute. So if you're on hold, hang in there. Friday is open phones. Open Mega Mike Friday. And on Friday's show, you can call in about any and everything on your mind. You don't even have to comment on the topics I bring up, okay? We do that every Friday. The other 4 days of the week, you have to talk about what we're talking about. But Friday's show, the show prep is up to you. However, we do have some breaking and exciting news, and that is President Trump firing Pam Bondi. Is Pam Bondi incompetent, or was she working for the Republican establishment and the Bush family? That's the big question. And is Kash Patel going to be next? Alex Jones had a guest on, was reporting yesterday that Kash Patel will be fired also. I don't know. As long as Todd Blanche sends the feds out to arrest people, I'll be a very happy camper. All right. Our number is 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be back right after this. Oh man, you know, there's a I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't know if I'm supposed to, but we have a new advertiser on the radio station that gave me a product for dry mouth. I might mention on the other. They gave me a product for dry mouth to try out. I've been using it 2 days. You know, I talk a lot for work, right? I do radio show, my podcast, YouTube. I do voiceovers, and my voice gets so much use. And I drink a lot of coffee, which dehydrates you. So dry mouth and dry throat is a big problem for me. And I don't think I can drink enough water to help with my dry mouth and dry throat. And there's a sponsor on the radio station I met with the other day, and they gave me a product for dry mouth. It also helps with other things. And my goodness, it's my second day, and I'm feeling great. My mouth is in great condition. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you about it yet, so I can't tell you, but I'm hoping I can soon. I'll have to ask them at the radio station. All right. We have about 40 seconds and we'll be back. If you're on hold, stand by. All right. Stand by, guys. I'll be live streaming all weekend, so make sure that you are subscribed, got that notification bell clicked, and please like the video, guys. Liking the video helps people find the channel that have not yet found me, so please like the video. Oh, how exciting. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. All right. Of course, I'm celebrating Pam Bondi being fired by our favorite president, Donald Trump, and covered in detail a lot of aspects of that. But it is Friday, open phones on Friday, open MAGA mic Friday. And this is our first Friday back from our MAGA cruise. So you are all welcome to call in about any and everything on your mind. The show prep is up to you on Friday's show. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian. This is Richie.
Oh, hey, Richie.
How you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm great.
I want to talk about your topic, but I want to respond to a couple of callers that called yesterday.
Greg too was really going after you yesterday.
That's one, and the other one. I'll do that first. The other one is Renee from not Renee. It wasn't Renee from home. It was the guy from Jersey.
I keep getting those guys mixed up. Jay from Jersey, Renee from Harlem.
Yeah, it was Jay from Jersey. Okay. First of all, he kept saying like he wasn't an American. He kept talking like it's America. He's not part of this country. So Jay, not for nothing, I did go and go and fight for this country. I got drafted into a war for this country. I served my time. I did something for my country. You've done nothing for your country, so I suggest take a plane ticket out and go back to where your ancestors came from if you don't like the United States.
Exactly. Yes.
That's one. The other one, I have to be diplomatic about it. The other one is this. I don't want to bore the audience with my sex life or my marriages.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I was married for 13 years to a Jewish American girl. 13 years. I dated her for 2 years. I went out with a German-American girl, Greg, too. A German-American girl for 3.5 years. I went out with a Ukrainian girl for 6 years. I went out for 6 years. She sounded like KGB. 6 months, rather.
She's in the KGB? Like she sounded like KGB. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, my God. Yeah, she's beautiful. Trust me, beautiful. But
you know, Ukrainian women are beautiful. You know, this call about you with Greg, too, yesterday, he was taking issue that you had dated non-white women, and that just seemed to really... It was so bizarre. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but he assumes. And he also says that we use the word hate. Greg, you know what I hate? I hate a guy that doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, that gets on the radio almost every day and says, "Could you let me talk? Could you let me talk?" You sound like a woman, Greg, too. And I wonder if you're like Christy Nome's wife.
Husband.
Your wife. Yeah, your wife passed away, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry your wife passed away, but I haven't heard about a relationship that you've had since then. That's been ancient history. What do you sit home all day long and listen to Brian and want to just call up and try to trash?
Well, you know, binge listening and watching me all day on YouTube when the radio show's over. That's a great thing for people to do. People should watch me all day.
Yeah, for you it's a great thing, but for him, he's sitting back there plotting. What am I going to say negative? You know, not for nothing. He never agrees. Never. And he does hate your guts. And he doesn't like me too because I attack him. And, you know, it's ridiculous. Now I'm going to talk about, first of all, all these people that they're talking about taking Todd Blanche and Lee Zeldin and Harley Dillon. Harley Dillon to me is not, she's very passive.
Yeah.
She's very extremely a great lawyer. She's intellectual. I want a bulldog. I don't see anyone there that's a bulldog except for one person that they haven't talked about. And she is a bulldog, Elena Haba. And he could trust her. And Pam Bondi, by the way, has slow walked this whole damn thing. And for anyone that thinks that President Trump wasn't burned up, he went through a ton of money and time. He had to go to court every day. They got him on 34 bogus charges because it was all set up. He's been framed. You understand? He's a street smart. He's probably the first street smart president we've ever had in this country. He's had to deal with people his whole life being in his business. So he's actually dealt with they call it the mob. He's dealt with everything. So the bottom line is he was framed, man, and he sees it. And she was so slow walking this thing; it was unbelievable. She and you could see it. And you know what? She really blew it with Comey when she let him. When what do they call that term? The term on the charge.
Yeah.
She didn't file the paperwork in time, and he walked on the biggest charge that could have got Comey.
Yeah, and that was, unless they get them on RICO. Well, I got to tell you, Todd Blanche could arrest Letitia James today. He's got everything.
100%.
So I don't have a lot of patience. I want to see. I know he had time. He went on with Jesse Waters last night. That's okay, but I would much rather have seen him go arrest Letitia on his first day. But
Yeah, 100%. You're 100% right. And then not for nothing. I mean, President Trump's sitting back there. You know what he's probably really fried more about? These people that are supposed to be in police charged already. They're sitting back there going on talk shows and podcasts bashing him. Hillary, Brennan,
That's right.
Every week when it's bash time, it's what do you call it, from California, the senator that lied through his teeth. I mean, it's just frustrating for me. I can imagine it's frustrating for you. It's frustrating for everyone out there that sees that he was framed and nothing has been done. They have whitewashed this whole crap and are trying to drag it out.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. And Pam Bondi did that. There's no question in my mind.
No, you're
question
right.
in my mind.
Absolutely.
So she deserves to be bye-bye. And Greg, too, I hope you call up and realize I just updated Latin women. Now I'm married to a beautiful girl from Venezuela, very happily married in a functional marriage. And by the way, Greg, too, what's about you? You go out with men in dresses? I'd like to know.
I don't know.
I
don't know anything about his personal life, and I'm really not interested.
But he also attacked you. He attacked you because he said you must have it hard because you have a wife that's disabled.
No, that was a terrible thing he said, and I let that hang because I wanted people to hear what kind of character he has.
Oh, it's soaked in. I said to myself, you mean to say when you go to the altar and you say, "Till death do your part," you don't mean it? In other words, death do your part unless somebody gets disabled during a marriage or before a marriage.
Exactly.
There are people that marry. So the bottom line is, Greg, too. Where's your morals?
Most decent men that I know understand what their wives put up with by being married to them, right?
Oh my God!
I've never heard a guy that had been married talk like that. It was very strange. That whole call with him yesterday was very weird.
I would like him to say who he's dating if he's going out with a guy in a dress. What's going on with his life?
I don't know.
But, I mean, who could put up with that crap with this guy? I mean, if you're a lady out there and you are dating him, remember one thing: God forbid you get sick if he marries.
That's right. You're on your own, ladies. You're on your own.
He's going to bail. He's going to bail out of it because that's the way his character is.
Yeah.
He's going to take the walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like perk walk, actually.
That's right.
But anyway.
All right. I appreciate the call. All right. Take care. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to talk about Jupiter Joe Thomas and a couple of things. I've had a lot of conversations with Joe Thomas. He was on the show the other day, and a lot of times I was listening to Joe Thomas's show, and he was talking with someone who had a lot of money in a savings account. And I've heard when I was actually talking to Joe Thomas in studio a couple days ago, and he was in the radio studio with me. I was talking to him about people that have this money that's costing them money because they just have it sitting in a bank account or earning whatever the low interest rate you get on a savings account. And I don't know how it works with you guys, But if I've got money in the bank, that money is going to be spent. On top of not earning any money, you're going to spend it and nibble away at it, right? If you have money sitting in a bank account that's your savings, that's your this, call Joe Thomas. The consultation's free. Talk to him about annuities and find out how you can not have that money just sitting in an account, but have it working for you, giving you monthly income every month for the rest of your life. Annuities are amazing. There's so many great things about them. One of the ones that I find fascinating is these annuities that have bonuses, 10% or even more on your money on day one, right? I mean, it's amazing. So if you invest $10,000 on day one, you've got $1,000 on top of it. So your 10 is 11,000 on day one, right? If it's 100,000, it's 110,000 on day one. And there's some that even have larger bonuses. Or the annuity with the medical clause with the income doubler. So if you have a medical condition, you or your spouse, because your spouse is going to be on the annuity too, right? Your income's doubled. So if you're getting $2,000 a month, all of a sudden you're getting $4,000 a month with the medical income doubler. There's so many amazing things that annuities do and cover. And don't assume that you don't have enough money for an annuity. Call Joe Thomas, take advantage of that no charge consultation, and let him tell you what your situation is. He'll put together a custom proposal just for you based on your situation and your goals. His number is 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. And online, JupiterJoe.com. We'll be right back. Okay, we got about 30 seconds and we'll be back. We're still in radio station break. If you're on hold, hang in there. Less than 30 seconds. Oh, man. Oh, the weekend's here, guys. If you're on hold, stand by. If you'd like to call in, the number's in the live chat, pinned in there. Toll free. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Greg.
Oh, hey, Greg.
Hey, listen.
Richie was just talking about you.
Richie, I wasn't listening, but Richie loves to talk about me. By the way, if you let me speak, you never let me speak. You have to interrupt me consistently. But Richie, by the way, I forgot completely
think about conversations from years ago, Richie. So get that through your head. Also, Brian, you know what you are? Flat out, you are a sexist. You don't talk about men's looks, but you'll talk about Pam Bondi's looks. Shame on you.
I talked about how good looking she is.
Yeah, but do you talk about men, how good looking they are?
Well, I'm not into guys.
No, so you have a fascination with Pam Bondi. Maybe you couldn't land a girl that was that attractive.
No, I'm married to one. But Pam, what I've said about Pam Bondi is this. What I've said about Pam Bondi is this. One, she's much better looking in person, and she looks darn good for 61.
So you're bringing up her looks again. You're bringing up her looks again.
You brought up her looks.
You know what you are? You're a frustrated man that never had an attractive woman in your life.
Let me tell you, Greg. Greg, come on.
No,
come on. I mean, this is really getting petty with you.
Face the truth.
Well, first of all, in today's call and yesterday's call, you've crossed some lines, and I'll just tell people what's going on with Greg, and it's not going to happen yet. Although maybe it should, but it's not. You're trying to get me to stop taking your calls.
No, what I'm saying
you
talk about women like they're objects.
If I was talking about how good-looking men were, you'd be calling me gay. I can't do anything right by you.
No, you don't talk about. If you want to have a substantive conversation, don't talk about looks. Period.
You're the one who brought up looks in this conversation.
No, you bring it up with Pam Bondi. And by the way, do you think Todd Blanche? I mean, are you kidding me? By the way, you're angry today. You're an angry individual.
Are you kidding me? I'm not angry. I'm happy as can be. I'll tell you why I'm so happy. I can't tell you what this is yet, but there's a sponsor here on the radio station that gave me a product to try for dry mouth, and I've been using it for 2 days, and my mouth and throat have never felt so good while I've been on the air in years, and because of this product, and so I feel so.
So you had a dry mouth problem previously?
Well, I talk. I got the radio show, my podcast, my YouTube channel. I do a lot of voiceovers. So I'm professionally speaking 10 to 12 hours a day, and I drink a lot of coffee, which dehydrates me. So that takes a lot of impact on your mouth and your throat. And I've tried everything.
Did you have a dry mouth problem previously? Yes or no?
Before, I've been talking for a living my whole adult life for over 30 years. So no, this has been an ongoing problem for decades. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell you about it yet, but I got this great product, and I used it before the show yesterday and right before I went on the air today, and my mouth and throat have never felt so good on the air. So no, I'm happy as a clam today. It's amazing.
Great. Why? Let me answer this question, Brian.
Why do I have dry mouth? Because I talk for a living.
You won't let me finish sentences. You let Doug, by the way, who's terminal. Doug is terminal. Listen, you clapping your hands. I was watching earlier. You're clapping your hands.
Yes.
And you think Todd Blanche. Do you really think, tell the audience right now, in all sincerity and using some of your intelligence, you think Todd Blanche is prosecuting people by Monday?
I said I would like him to arrest someone.
Do you think he is?
I don't know. You want to talk about me. You want me to comment on the looks of men. So I guess I'm in your wheelhouse. When I first saw Todd Blanche for the first time, it was in one of these ridiculous corrupt cases in New York. And when President Trump came out of the courthouse in New York and Todd Blanche was next to him, he looks like a guy that's been in a lot of street fights. He looks very tough.
Do you think Todd Blanche has been in street fights?
I said he looks like someone who's been in street fights. I said he looks like someone who's been in street fights. I said he looks like.
What does that person look like? What does that person look like that fights?
Like Todd Blanche. Like Todd Blanche.
You hide behind a microphone. You would never. You're small. You would never talk to anyone like you talk to your callers in person. You would never have the guts to do it.
What do you mean? Are you kidding me? If you have been, excuse me, if those of you that were at Wings Plus on Inauguration Day saw me have a knockout, drag-out argument with a very frightening man in front of everyone, and no one did anything but watch, and I stood my ground.
All right, wait. What? All right, you asked me a question and then you interrupted me because you're afraid of someone that can challenge you.
You're saying things. If I was afraid of you, why would I keep you on?
You know what? You hide behind a microphone. You're what, 5'6"?
No.
You would never ever talk to me. Wait, let me finish. You don't let me finish sentences.
Oh my goodness.
You would never ever talk to me in person the way you do on your radio show. Period. I wouldn't put up with it.
Really? What would you do? If you and I had this same conversation in person, what would you do?
I'd be looking at you right in the face and saying, you're a joke.
And you think that'd shut me up?
Yes, trust me. Or else would you want to
It sounds like what would you do? What would you do? Hit me? Would you hit me?
I would never hit. I don't hit people. I'm not an offensive person.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, I'm an intelligent person that commands respect.
I hear it in every call you make.
I wouldn't take from a 5'6" individual saying things like you do.
So what would you do? What would you do if we?
I look you right in the face and I say, I know what I would tell you. Go get a life.
And you think that would intimidate me?
And you think you would talk to me in person?
First of all, I don't walk the streets and have conversations like this out in public. That's what crazy people would do.
Exactly. That's my point.
No, I'm not hiding. First of all, you guys call me. You guys call me for these confrontations.
I know, which I actually enjoy them because I'm the only one that will actually tell you the truth. Richie is such a suck up. Doug, a suck up. These other people.
I know everyone's dysfunctional. You're the only sane, normal person, right? Which probably means you're crazy, right? If you're the only one who's normal and sane.
I didn't say I'm the only sane person. Who you brought that up? Not me. I'm not the only sane person. But Richie is the suck up. He'll kiss your butt. And by the way, Richie can't even afford to go on your cruise. That's how good the economy is.
How do you know what his finances are?
You said it on the air.
I think Richie hasn't gone on the last few cruises because he's gained a lot of weight and he doesn't want people to see what he looks like. And he's aged a lot. That's what I think.
So he's fat and obese.
He's a big man.
No, you just called him. He's gained a lot of weight. You just
he had an accident. He took a fall and he got a bunch of his teeth knocked out. Remember, he's talked about that. He does a commercial for us.
So he's fat and obese now.
I didn't say he's no.
He's probably
no.
You said he's gained a lot of weight. Therefore, he doesn't want to go on a cruise.
And he's aged.
Do you listen to yourself?
Yes.
He aged. Everyone ages, Brian.
Okay.
Everyone ages.
Except you.
But you know what? You just put him down.
But some of us age better than others.
And Richie's not aging well.
No, you're not. This call is past its expiration date.
You just insulted your number one fan, and he doesn't even realize.
Well, see, real men don't care. Real men can, poke at each other. It doesn't matter.
If real men don't care, then why wouldn't he go on your cruise? If real men don't,
he's been on multiple cruises.
No, but you just said he doesn't go on the cruise.
And by the way, you're not welcome. You are not welcome on our cruise.
I'd rather get root canal without any.
You'd rather get root canal? Well, you're not welcome. It's a private group, and you're not welcome to be in our group.
I'd rather get.
You think I'd spend a week at sea with you?
You think I'd go on a sea with you?
A lot of people do. All right, take care, Greg. And they've been doing it for 10 years. And the 11th one is coming up. Oh, my goodness. He thinks I'm the crazy one, that I'm the dysfunctional one. We'll be right back. Oh boy, Greg too. Yeah, they'll be back in a little more than a minute. We're still in radio station break. This show's a little different than other shows you've picked up on, right? It certainly is. Hold on a second. We got about a minute, and I got to look over something for some copy on an upcoming commercial. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, less than a minute and we'll be back. If you're on hold, stand by. My name's Brian. If you're new, we're in a radio station break right now. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. And if you'd like to call in, the number is toll free. It's pinned in the live chat, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll free call, no matter where you're listening. All right, stand by, guys. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Oh boy, if someone just found this show during the last call, what would they think of this show? I have no idea. It was the first time they've listened. I don't know, but it's a pretty bizarre place. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brother Brian, good morning. IB.
Hey, IB.
That call with Greg was, man, that was some torturous stuff. You know, John Kennedy out of Louisiana, he has those great one-liners, right? Greg is like 8 exit past his get-off point on the expressway. Okay, that was a good one-liner from John Kennedy. Am I coming in okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was hearing. Okay, good. Long story short, going back to when I said I wanted Todd Blanche to be in the position, because sitting in the court with Mershon, seeing what was going on, knowing what was happening, and knowing how he can backtrack everything they've done is to unwind that. In other words, he's been in the trenches with Trump. And when Mershon gave the jury how to come back with the verdict, I forgot what you call that paper or whatever. When he gave them the instructions how to come back, it was so rigged. Even though they had a rigged jury, but that's like putting it triple like rigged. And I said to myself, Todd Blanche is right there in the trenches, and they were trying to take Trump Tower. So I am happy. I got my wish. And what we have to do now is I'm going to say the Trump administration has to now lawyer shop. We have so many people to get. And I think if we can get Letitia, then go straight to Mr. Pencilneck out of California, okay?
Who's
we want to get him too, because he also...
Who's that?
Bug-eyed Pencilneck out of the Senate. His name slips my mind right now. He's always talking crap, but
Remember the one who was always lying about?
That's every Democrat. All right, that's every Democrat.
Well, I mean,
are you talking about Adam Schiff?
Yeah, Adam Schiff. Yeah, there you go, Adam Schiff. Because he also did mortgage fraud, and he was the one always saying that he had information against Trump. That he had the information that the Russiagate was true, but he never produced it. He was always on television talking about that. I want him to be on that list too. If they can get Letitia with the mortgage, that case is sitting right there. Anyone in this audience can prosecute her. We just need a venue and a judge that's going to do it.
Let me ask you: you heard the call? You heard the call with Greg too. Did he sound stable to you?
That was really torture for us in the audience. Like I said, he's 8 exits past his get off.
8 exits past his exit. Okay.
Yeah, and I just like the guy is like lost his mind. He's never had anything really substantive to talk about. It's always about a personal attack kind of a deal or a gotcha. Going back to the road running Wile E. Coyote, it's always going to be that way. And what he said about Kathy yesterday, don't say it. That was just not tolerable. Okay,
no, it was so far over the line. And the reason I didn't respond to it too much, just a little reference, is because I thought he did so much damage to himself that you know what I mean. What else could I have said? What he said was so bad. What he's trying to. I've seen callers do this. Okay, they're trying to get banned. So he's crossing lines, trying to get me to ban him. All right, hey Ivy, I appreciate the call, and it's not happening yet. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Pete from Oakland Park.
Hey, Pete. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to call and say I think Trump's doing a great job. I mean, he's doing everything we want him to do, and plus more. I never, ever seen the Venezuela thing coming, and I really didn't see the Cuban thing coming, but, he's doing a great job, and I wish he'd got rid of Pam sooner, because she did the same thing she did here in Florida for us. I mean, she didn't do nothing.
She didn't do nothing. That's exactly right. Didn't do nothing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know of anything she did in her 8 years as Florida Attorney General. I really don't.
No, me neither. And but another thing I wanted to tell you was just if you are out and about walking around and you run into Greg, watch out, because he may hit you with his purse. It may have a sharp edge. You'll get a laceration or something. So anyway,
I love how he thinks that like I would cower down in person. Those of you that have been to personal appearances.
I've seen you stand up on your videos. I've seen you stand up to people,
Oh yeah, remember that election worker that confronted me when I had my MAGA gear on to vote?
Yeah. The heavy set lady.
Heavy set, you're being kind.
She needs to do the same thing I need to do, which is go see Dr. Zuckerman.
Yeah, at Coastal Weight Loss Secret, she could be a miracle case for Coastal Weight Loss Secret. You talk about the if you go to my YouTube channel, Brian Craig Show, I was making a vlog at my local polling location, and a morbidly obese campaign worker came and confronted me, and I stood my ground. Oh my God. I was kind of like doing one of those First Amendment audits that you see people do.
I'm actually getting ready to go see Dr. Zuckerman myself.
Oh, good.
Like I told you last time we talked, I'm going to be on the Celebrity Beyond in the first part of June with my wife.
Yeah.
We're going. She's originally from Puerto Rico, so that's one of our stops. And she's going to see her sister that she hasn't seen in a long time.
Oh, you want to lose some weight before the cruise?
Yeah, I do, because I want to do like you and walk San Juan, Old San Juan and everything.
I walked Old San Juan. I got up early in the morning before anybody got up. We docked early. And I did a live stream on YouTube. And then I went and before our group got together, I walked from the ship. There's a fort right by the port. I walked from the small fort all the way through San Juan to the big fort and back. I walked the whole city alone. By the way, in MAGA gear, alone.
Yeah. Well,
So I had a Make America Great Again. I can't remember if I had my Trump 2028 hat on or my Make America Great Again hat on, but I walked all of San Juan alone, old San Juan, wearing my Trump gear. So there goes your cowardly myth, Greg, too. But let me give out the number. You gave me a good time because I wanted to talk about Coastal Weight Loss Secret.
Okay.
And I went to Coastal Weight Loss Secret when we had our cruise coming up 2 cruises ago, and I lost about 1 pound a day. You guys know, no exercise. Yeah, it's amazing. And you guys who watch me on YouTube, you can see that I've gained no weight, and everything else. Give Coastal Weight Loss a Secret. They can help you lose weight no matter where you're located. Schedule your no-charge consultation, 561-247-6300, 561-247-6300, and online, coastalweightlossecret.com. All right, well, I appreciate the call.
Okay.
All right, take care. All right, yes. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is David, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, David?
It's fantastic. How can I be any better with President Trump still in office? Every day it's more glorious. My first time calling. Keep doing what you're doing. I really appreciate everything. I just wanted to say something regarding Pam Bondi.
Yes. Here we go. Get ready.
I'm not super plugged in, but here's my thought, Brian. I'm flabbergasted at the lack of prosecutions. To me, there are so many people that should be prosecuted, that should be going to prison, that should be held accountable. And my hope is that this is going to kickstart that process.
Well, that's why President Trump fired her. President Trump fired her.
Why?
Yeah, that's why he fired her, because there's been no arrest.
It's amazing, Brian. How are the Democrats so good at putting people behind bars, but we're not? What is the problem?
Well, because I believe that Pam Bondi works for the Bush family. Okay, so I think she did the job that she was brought in to do, which was kill time. She wasted a year and no arrest, and that's what they wanted her to do. She wasted a year. She's done a great job by their standard. So I think she's a Republican establishment person. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, I wholeheartedly support President Trump in anything he's doing.
Me too.
Little background real quick. I worked for him back at Mar-a-Lago when he was married to Marla. I started working there. I've known him for many, many years. Wholeheartedly. Not only am I MAGA, I am 110% in support of everything he does going forward. That I really don't have much more to say, Brian, except you keep doing what you're doing. Don't let the haters bother you. I think you're good at that, and let it motivate you to continue on your path. And I will keep listening, my friend.
All right, take care. Appreciate the call. Great calls today. Let me take one more. You're on before the break. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. This is Art from Boca.
Hey, what's up?
Bondi should have been gone 6 months ago.
Well, she's gone now.
He waited so long.
She's gone now.
It's terrible. Well, anyway, it finally happened. Every time I got a survey from president or the Republican committee or whoever, I got dozens and dozens, like I'm sure everyone did. If I could make a comment, I would say prosecute. That was my number one request. Prosecute all those who broke the law against the president. And it's time they start doing
it. Think about it. As upset as we are, imagine what it's like for the president. He's the one they were arresting, right? The lawfare people. So he's more ticked off than we are, I promise you.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I hope they were able to start getting after these guys, because they're only going to come back after them if they're not in jail. So that's the only thing I've got to say.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. Appreciate the call. Take care. All right. Oh, man. If you're on hold, hang in there. It is Friday. Open phones every Friday on the program. Monday through Thursday, you've got to talk about what we're talking about. But Friday, the show prep is up to you. We don't like to call it Open Phone Friday because that's what the late, great Rush Limbaugh used to call it. So we call it Open MAGA Mic Friday, although you don't have to be MAGA to call. You can call in today about any and everything on your mind on Open MAGA Mike Friday. The show prep is up to you and the listening audience. The number is toll free, no matter where you're listening. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. All right, we have a little less than a minute until we're back. If you're on hold, stand by. If you'd like to call in, the number's pinned in the live chat. It's toll free. Less than a minute. 888-465-2631. Okay. Hang in there, guys. Oh, boy. Very good calls today. I must say the show is flying by. Just over an hour left. Did you hear my knee pop when I did that? Happier times. Pam Bondi. A little more than 10 seconds. All right, we're back. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on this Open MAGA Mike Friday. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Brian from New York.
All right, New York. What's on your mind? There we go. Get ready. Yeah. Yes, New York. You called me. What's on your mind?
I'm just wondering,
how do you think this is going to pan out for you when Donald Trump is dead and you spend your life dedicated to a notorious pedophile?
Yeah. What have you left yourself speechless? Hello?
No, I'm watching your dumbass face and there's a lag.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, I would thank you for your call, but if I did that, I'd be lying. I don't want to do that. All right? Oh my goodness. Happy Easter to you. I tell you, was that Brian Nome that called? You said Brian from New York. Was that Brian Nome? You know, it's a funny thing with liberals with this show. I get these calls every second term of every president. And what are you going to do? I remember these calls. What are you going to do when Clinton's not president anymore? What are you going to talk about, you and Steve Kane? When Clinton's not around anymore, what are you going to talk about? Remember those calls? Or when Bush isn't president anymore, what are you guys going to talk about? You have nothing to talk about after. What are you going to do when Obama's not president anymore? What are you going to talk about? And for Steve, it goes back further, right? Because this is the 49th year of the Steve Kane Show. So what are you going to do when Jimmy Carter's not president? What are you going to do when Reagan's not president? I love those calls. And, you know, it's every second term of every president. We get those same calls from liberals. And the answer is obvious. The show goes on. The show must go on. The show will go on. And it always goes on. But the reason that they say that is because they're all a bunch of Ahabs, Captain Ahabs. They're all obsessive about whoever the leader is at the time. And they can't see beyond their obsession. And let me tell you something. When the news came down yesterday that President Trump had fired Pam Bondi, I was so excited. I turned on Fox. I was so excited. Weren't you? You know, it was so exciting. And everyone in the media is missing this. They're saying that she botched the Epstein files. That's why he did it now. Nothing to do with Epstein. Oh, she leaked this information to Swalwell that the Fang files were going to be released, that Cash was reopening the Fang. And that. No, it's not that. It's because there have been no arrest. And I really do think President Trump was in that Supreme Court hearing the other day, and he started thinking, I'm in this courtroom. Why isn't Comey in a courtroom? Why isn't Brennan in a courtroom? Now, just on another topic here briefly, I'm very excited about Artemis 2. Right now, we have 4 astronauts, 3 Americans and 1 Canadian on their way to the moon. And I'm very excited about this. I've always been a big fan of the space program. And there's been many dark years of not much to follow. But I was telling you guys that, you know, we have the first black man to go to the moon, the first woman to go to the moon. And Renee from Harlem called in yesterday. He was so angry. And I said to him, I said, you know, the first black man ever is going to the moon right now as we speak. He's on his way there. And he's like, well, I hope they bring him back. Let's see if they bring him back. I mean, he couldn't even find joy in that. And Victor Glover is his name, the first black man to go to the moon. He's on Artemis 2. And he's a good Christian guy. And he was asked in a press conference before the launch about being the first black man to go to the moon. And he had a really good answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. So, you know, he's not hooked up on all that race garbage that so many people are are obsessed with. And speaking of which, a few weeks back, I was a little concerned about the governor's race here in Florida. Remember, I was talking about fish sticks? There's a new poll out. Now, we have a Republican primary. There's 4 people in the primary. Fish sticks, 2 guys whose names I don't know. One of them's the lieutenant governor of Florida, and Byron Donalds. And what my concern was a few weeks ago with fish sticks is he was all over the media. He was having these events, and Byron wasn't campaigning. And yesterday I had a big story that Byron Donalds had raised over $22 million in the first quarter. This is a record. No candidate for governor of Florida has raised that much money who was not an incumbent running for re-election. And there's a new poll out. And in that new poll, listen to this. This is the Republican Party poll. It's a 4-way race. In the latest Republican primary poll, Byron Donalds leads by 42 points. Right? The next closest is only polling at 4%. Now, we don't want to get overconfident with Byron, okay? But Byron Donalds is leading. This is the Republican primary, leading by 42 points. So things are looking good for Byron in Florida. And I am excited. And I know you guys are too, because he is going to be a great governor. And like Victor Glover, who's on his way to the moon, he's not hung up on all that race stuff, and I think that's a great thing. Heart disease and cancers, these are things that come along oftentimes, and most of the time, without any warning signs. You know what the first symptom of a bad heart is? Instant death. I'm serious, as a heart attack. That's right. By the time you find out, a lot of times it's too late. But now, thanks to Life Imaging FLA, you can see what's happening inside your body before symptoms even occur. And you've heard from callers on this program who have called me on the air that have found out they've had cancers and blockage. They had no symptoms. They had no idea. And their lives have been saved because of Life Imaging FLA. And, Life Imaging FLA, this is more of a public service announcement than anything else, because they are literally saving lives each and every day by people going in there for the heart scan or going in there for the cancer screening and find out they have heart problems or cancers that they had no idea. They would have found out eventually, but it might have been too late. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan now with a few minimum requirements valued at $699. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. That's pound 250. Just say free heart scan and you will be connected in seconds. All right. Well, 2 hours down, 1 to go. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. We will go back to the phones when Steve joins us, and we will cover and recap what's going on with Pam Bondi. I'm very excited about this. I got to tell you, it was, I think in Trump's second term, the firing of Pam Bondi is one of the most exciting things that's happened, isn't it? It's almost like a sense of relief that she's gone. We got, and I told you guys, and a lot of you were giving me grief. I said, everyone's doing great except Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Bongino. 2 of those 3 are gone. Bongino's gone and Bondi's gone. Alex Jones was reporting yesterday that Kash is next. I don't know, but I'm expecting some arrest. And if Todd Blanche, he said what we would want him to say when he was on with Jesse Waters last night. But we need a high-profile arrest, and we need it soon. Todd Blanche, we really do. People are impatient. Okay, and the reason we're so excited about the firing of Pam Bondi is because we're counting on Todd Blanche to arrest one of these household names: Letitia, Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Strzok. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be back after the top of the hour break. All right, 30 seconds.
Watch this.
All right, less than 30 seconds. All right, the 8 o'clock hour has begun. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Steve joining us. Hey, Steve.
Good morning. How are you? And can you give me an update on my favorite story from yesterday?
Which was what? I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm going to give you a little clue and see if you can pick it up here. I picked it up on the internet. First, I heard about it from you yesterday, off the air. It involves the vice mayor of Coral Springs.
No, there's no updates. She was murdered. Her husband's been arrested. There's no updates on that I know of.
Any more detail than that?
No.
Does it not seem strange to you that they buried it?
I don't know if they buried it. I mean, it's not that high profile.
Well, I mean, that story is made for the New York Post.
Yeah.
And the New York Post uses New York stories all the time, especially when it has all the ingredients like this one does. And I just want to know what you make of the story.
I think she was either cheating on her husband. He thought she was cheating on him, or she was just leaving him. That's usually why men kill their wives, right? It's one of those things.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it sounds reasonable. I draw the same conclusions you did. But I find it interesting how they ignored the story.
No, I saw it I found out about it. It was in the national news yesterday. That's how I knew about it. It was in the Daily Mail yesterday. That's how I found out about it.
The Daily Mail. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like a global. So it made the national news, but there's no updates on it that I know of. But I'm more excited about the firing of Pam Bondi. I'm so excited about.
Why? Well, other than the fact that if we figured we get hammered on that today, what fascinates you about that?
Well, a number of things. One, she sucks, and there's been no major arrest.
I've never heard you say that.
All the time. I've been going after Pam Bondi for a year. Her and Cash and Bongino for not arresting anyone.
What did you?
I've done whole shows on it. She has not arrested any of the lawfare people, and I'm very excited about her firing.
And you figure that's why they fired her.
I know that's why he fired her. There's no other reason why. I know they're trying. They got these other stories that are total BS. One, that she mishandled the Epstein file. Trump doesn't care about that.
Why wouldn't Trump? I mean, I'm curious. Why wouldn't, just logically speaking, if that was an issue between Bondi and Trump, why wouldn't Trump just go to her and tell her to close the case?
Maybe he has, and she hasn't done it. See, I think Pam Bondi has been working for the Bushes. She came up through Jeb, so I think she has been working for the Bushes and has been killing time and not arresting anyone to try to run out the second term's clock. That's what I think. She burned a year. She wasted a year. No arrest of any of the lawfare people. I think it's unlike
the president to ignore something like that. He had strong feelings about it, not just to tell her to do it. He seems fairly direct.
Maybe he has, and she hasn't done it. You know, I mean, there's no other.
That's too bad. I mean, she was the only one we knew from our show. She was a guest, as you remember, on the Steve Kane Show.
And if you remember, she got sent to us. I don't want to say who, because I don't know what they're up to now. The person that I talked about this a couple days ago. Before she was famous, when she was running for Attorney General of Florida for the first time, she showed up at our studio unannounced, Pam Bondi. Steve and I had never heard of her before. I remember she walked into the studio. She says, "I'm here to be a guest." And I said, "Who are you?" She says, "Pam Bondi." And I said, "Okay, well, who are you?" And she says, "I'm running for Attorney General." And she told me who sent her to the studio. And I don't want to say who, because I don't know what they're up to now, and they may not want that. We haven't talked to them in years. But she was sent to us by someone who was this was many years ago, obviously, very tight with Jeb Bush, if you remember. So she came up through the ranks through Jeb Bush, Florida Republican Party, right? So she very well and probably was working for the Bushes to stop the lawfare arrest. Now, Todd Blanche, who was President Trump's attorney in that New York case in Merchan's court, the Stormy Daniels one, he's the attorney general now, the acting attorney general. So hopefully he'll have some arrest real quick. But I think she was fired because she didn't arrest Comey, Brennan, Clapper, Letitia, or Fani Willis. That's what I think. That's why he fired her.
You think we'll ever know?
Yeah, I think we know now. What other reason would there be right now? Right? That's why he fired her. I mean, he's being nice about it because he doesn't want her to. Apparently they got her a
being beyond nice. He's being very ultra nice.
Well, they set her up. They got her a job in the private sector, which I'm sure pays a lot of money. And he doesn't want her to spend the next couple of years on CNN or Fox or MSNBC trashing him. So they got her set up in a fancy job. And that's that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'll miss her. I always felt a kinship to her.
I'm not going to miss her. I'm so sick of her, and we got rid of her and Bongino. So we have these three people in the Justice Department, the only three people working for Trump that haven't done their job, and two of the three are gone, Bongino and Bondi. And now Kash Patel remains. Kash Patel's there. So
if anyone, just to put a period on this, if anybody has an update on that story about the vice mayor of Coral Springs.
I don't know why you're so jazzed up on that story.
Because
she's good looking. Was good looking.
I haven't seen her picture, to say the truth.
Okay.
But
okay.
But it's unusual for the press not to pick up a story like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any updates.
All the juicy gossip aspects that the press always looks for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, well, listen, let's take some calls. It is open phones on Friday.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact she's black?
No, I just don't. I think it's kind of an open and shut case. Her husband killed her. There's no. I mean, there may be some stories that come out later of some affairs or something. But it's an open. There's no mystery.
I think it's not just an affair. I think she was ready to leave him.
Probably.
Because that can make men crazy,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, listen.
Her career was getting ready to take off.
She was getting ready to announce a run for Congress. She was about to announce a run for Congress.
And I think she was going to run without him. I think.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, listen, it is open phones on Friday, open Mega Mike Friday. You're welcome to call in about any and everything on your mind. The number's toll-free, 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chief Bridge, North Carolina.
Yeah, go ahead, North Carolina.
I just want to say I'm with you on the Pam Bondi and the Bongino thing. I mean, it's been a year, man. They should have had people already wrapped up behind bars. I think millions of others feel the same way.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that the people he puts in place actually start doing their job and put these criminals behind bars, because I mean, he ran on this shit.
Okay, all right. Second dump of the day, Mike. Second dump of the day. We've only had 2 dumps today. That's not bad for an open phone Friday. Usually we're about 4 by now.
You haven't taken that many calls.
I've been taking calls for over 2 hours. Taking a lot of calls. No. It's been like nonstop calls. But we've only had to use the dump twice today. And I think on the same word. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it might have been the same word. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. The language has just gone down the tubes in this country. Well, listen, if you're on hold, hang in there while we're waiting for the delay to re-engage. We'll take our first break of the 8 o'clock hour. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve Kane Show. I'm going to put you and everyone on hold, Steve. So hang in there. We'll be right back. Yeah.
And we're going to be able to get them mother qualified fairly soon.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, guys, give the Siegel Law Group a call. When you call, make sure you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, and you can take advantage of that no-charge in-office consultation. The number is toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Talk to you next week.
All right, take care.
Take care, Barry.
All right, can you believe it's already Friday? It's our first full week back from our vacation, our cruise. It's great.
It did fly.
It did. All right, you want to take some more calls?
Yes.
Okay, we can only raise the bar from this point. I mean, yeah. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Marty from North Carolina, sir. How you doing today?
All right, North Carolina.
Hey, this whole Pam Bondi thing, it's part of the delay tactic. Because look, she never did anything. And a couple of the first press conferences is, well, we're going over everything. And then shortly after that, the next press conference is, oh, we got to redact.
No, wait, slow down. What? She's been fired. So what's the delay tactic now? And what are they delaying?
This new guy. I mean, this whole year and a few months has just been delaying on this whole essay. He basically ran 90% of his campaign was running on the accountability on the Epstein file.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Because maybe, have you been in a coma and not had access to the news for the past, say, 6 months?
Okay, what's your point?
Have you? Or have you been awake?
No, I've been listening.
Okay, have you been incarcerated and not had access to television or the internet for 6 months?
Okay, so where's the accountability?
President Trump signed a bill into law that was passed by the House and the Senate, making it a federal law to release all the Epstein files, and they have all been released. It's federal law now.
And again, where's the accountability?
The accountability. Why don't you listen? I'm going to hang. When I'm done talking to you, do me a favor. Call the DNC and ask them for some new talking points, because yours are about 6 months, maybe 8 months old. All right, take care. Oh my goodness, what an idiot! Talk about out-of-date talking points. When he's going to release the Epstein file? He signed a bill making it a federal law like weeks ago. I get, this is what Doge shut down USAID. I guess USAID did the talking points. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once, twice. All right, you missed your chance. All right, Steve, you back with us?
I'm with you.
Oh my, I can't say so much for our callers because they don't seem to be with it too much today. It's an amazing thing, with that last caller with the talking points. And it's a federal law passed by the Republican Congress, signed by President Trump. All of the files have been released. And they always go back to that. In fact, even last night, I was very disappointed in. Did you see Jesse Waters last night, Steve?
No, I did not.
He had Todd Blanche on, who's the acting attorney general now. He's the attorney general. He's acting, but he's the attorney general. And he's asking him about Epstein. Why do these people always go back to Epstein? I don't get it. It's almost like a perversion, a fetish. It's like they have a fetish. It's always back to that for them. I don't know why. Do you?
Well, it's because the anti-Trump people, they've chosen that as a vehicle with which they're going to attack the talking points.
But Trump released it all. He released all the files, Trump. He made it law. I guess.
Well, they're evidently claiming that they don't have all of them released.
Now, please, give me a break. They've released everything. In fact, not only did they release everything, if you've not released them, you were breaking the law.
It's just a tribute to the lack of anything else that they have to talk about. They can't talk about the issues, because now, especially since we've turned the corner on the Iran thing, they're coming into the midterms, and they're looking to be in trouble for the first time.
Yeah, no, that's there's no doubt about it.
So it's a diversion.
Yeah, it's a diversion. No, the Pam Bondi thing is a big deal. Okay, and he's gotten rid of 2 cabinet officials now, Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem. And The Kristi Noem thing is, I'm a little unclear. I don't know if it was because of the husband and his perversions. I don't know if it was the Corey Lewandowski affair. I don't know what led to Kristi Noem, but we do know why Pam Bondi's gone. And, President Trump has had nothing but problems in both terms from attorney generals. He really hasn't had a decent attorney. The first attorney general started the Russia investigation. Then he got Barr, who was a big mess up in the first term. And now we've had her for the second term. He's just had a bad run of luck with attorney generals. I mean, that's just the way it is, and it's pretty bad. Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold, Steve, and answer all these lines that are coming in, although I've got so many lines. Okay, you back? Are you there? Okay, hold on. All right. Are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's take some of these calls, Steve. The phones are blowing up, so let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, guys. This is Fred from Coral Springs.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Fred. Hey, if somebody brought this up earlier, I apologize. I unfortunately haven't been able to listen all morning. But on this Bondi thing, I'm thinking with the midterms coming up, whatever it is, 6-7 months, that maybe they've done some internal polling and seen that the MAGA base itself. Now we need turnout. You talk about that all the time. That maybe some of the MAGA base is upset as well as Trump with the no perp attacks and stuff like that. Things being done, and they're seeing that, and they said, well, we need to make some changes now so that people can see, we're really definitely trying to solve this problem ASAP.
I think people are reading too much. This is what I think happened. Okay. President Trump went to the Supreme Court the other day with Pam Bondi. Remember, a couple days for the birthright citizenship, and you could see them walking out of the White House. They were like best buds, and very historic. No president's ever done that before. And I think he was sitting there in that courtroom watching the proceeding next to Pam Bondi, and he's like, one of those WTF moments. Why am I sitting in the courtroom and not Comey and Brennan and Clapper? And he just decided to fire her right there. He just finally had enough. I think that's what happened. I think it was a very
spontaneous.
Yeah.
You think it was a spontaneous thing of the moment?
Yeah, I think he's been aggravated about it for a while, but I think he's like, I'm sitting in the courtroom. Why am I not sitting in the courtroom watching Comey on trial? Or Brennan, or Clapper, or Strzok.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. The only thing I want to add is sometimes I think something like that is also an intimidation factor, because we got some judges that are kind of weasels. But anyway, great show. Keep it up.
And by the way, we've had so many calls from Coral Springs, Steve, and no one's called about the vice mayor of Coral Springs murder.
I was kind of hoping, it is a local story in the end, when you think about it. I was kind of hoping we'd get some calls of people who had some personal contact with them and can share some insights.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about it. I really am.
Yeah, I know. I am too.
Really am.
Yeah. Okay.
It must be a hell of a story.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
Whether we'll ever get it or not, we won't get it till the trial.
I just got a notification on my phone that there's someone at my front door. Amazon. Okay.
Really? Just in time for the commercial.
I just got the notification. I was going to do the commercial later, but I'm going to do it now. I moved it up because I got the notification. But it's Amazon.
Show them how it works.
Let me tell you. You want to call Sloman's. They've got this incredible offer. And knowing who's at your door at all times and getting notifications before they're even at the door, it's a pretty convenient thing. There's no doubt about it. Sloman's Home Security is offering a free home security system with free professional installation and 24/7 central station monitoring. You get all that for just $24.95 a month, and you're locked in at that price for 5 years. It's a free home security system and professional installation, absolutely free. Your Sloman's home security system includes a touchscreen keypad, 3-door window sensors, a motion detector, notifications, and remote keypad access, so you can check in anytime, no matter where you are. In fact, when we were on the cruise last week, we were in San Juan. I was getting notifications that there were people at my door, and I took a look and I could see it was Amazon as well. Give them a call. The number is toll-free no matter where you're located, 833-283-5050, 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I'm Brian. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to put you on hold, Steve. It's the bottom of the hour break. Hold on. All right, Steve, you there?
Yes.
Okay, we got 1 minute. So
I got a comment when we get back.
all right, 30 seconds. Okay. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. We're back. Steve, you want to take some calls? What do you want to do?
Yeah, well, I wanted to make a comment on this mayor's, the vice mayor of Coral Springs
that was murdered.
Murdered a couple days ago. We were talking a lot about our 50th anniversary, which we were doing now, and
Uh-oh, the line just went dead, Steve. Your line just went dead. Did you hear that? Yeah. Steve's line just went dead. Holy smokes. Let's see if he comes back. I wasn't touching anything. Hold on. I'm going to text him. Uh-oh. Okay, we're talking about like a murder, and that happened. What happened? Are you back? Oh, no, then the line just disconnected. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me call Steve back, because that's some of the timing of that. Hold on. That was a little crazy. Hold on. It just went boom. It just went dead. Let me call him back and see. Let me see if we can get him on the line. I don't know. Now I'll just have to move on, but okay. Hold on. It's ringing. Or is it not? The line's not ringing. No, let me try it one more time. Let me try it again. Hold on. Hold on. That was kind of freaky. Hold on. We'll try it again. Hold on. Okay, now it's ringing. We're talking about a murder, and then the line goes dead. A murder mystery, and the line goes dead. I'm like, oh, what happened? What happened? And no answer. Okay, we got you. Oh, I got nervous, Steve. You were talking about a murder, and your line went dead.
Okay, let me try to pick up where we were.
Oh, my goodness. Scared me for a second.
Remember back in the days, in a case like this, I would come to you. You were a bright, upcoming young producer, and I'd say, you know, this guy could do that. I'm talking about the husband who's going to be the plaintiff in this case, or going to be the defendant in this case. He could use a good lawyer like John Contini, and we would get John involved in the case, and we would make it. We would cover it on a daily basis on the show. Remember that? Those days?
Yes.
We should do the same thing with this. I'd love to find out how the attorney is on this and see what the other side of it is. I mean, I understand, you know, people get very crazy. Jealousy is a green-eyed monster. And you get told something like that, if you're not two together mentally and stuff like that, you can flip out and freak out. What I did learn from an article on the internet is that it's not much, but they had two large dogs that were with them, locked in the house with them. And that's all I know is that the dogs were barking like crazy, which is how I think they were discovered. But there was somebody, I don't know who, because, you know, there really are. If you've seen the Sun Sentinel lately, it's paper thin, literally. It's like 6 pages long now. Yeah, you know, throwaway. Yeah, you know. So I don't even know if they have reporters there, but also to ask questions. But all I've heard is that the police turned up for a wellness check. So someone had called the police. Could have been the neighbors with the dogs barking endlessly. That's exactly what must have happened. As I put it together, I mean, it's hard to do this secondhand, but that appears to be the case. Yeah, that would appear to be the case. Hold on, let me answer our lines. So what are you trying to do? You want to get the attorney on, and you think there might be either he's innocent or a justifiable homicide? I don't know if John Contini is still in business, but John, I don't think he's practicing law anymore. Well, we should look into it. We should find out. Okay. But John was always looking for people that, you know, were being mistreated by the law, and this guy's a sitting duck on this case. Well, you know, he's going to have everybody against him. Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to take some calls? All the lines are filled. Okay. Go ahead. All right. I'm just going to take them in order. I don't know who's who. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Brian. Can you hear me?
Indeed, I can.
Hello. Hello. You can?
Yes.
Keep talking.
Hello. This is Linda from Germany.
Oh, from the cruise. Hey, Linda.
Oh, Linda, how are you doing?
Hi, Steve. I just want to say I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener. I'm a first-time cruiser, and I had such a fabulous time. I went there by myself without my partner, and I met so many nice people. I already knew I'd meet nice people. I've been in contact with some of them already, and I'm just on a high. It was very nice meeting you. I got to tell you, you're a lovely person, and it was very nice meeting you. I hope you're going on the next one, right? Definitely. I'm going to go on every single one until I die.
Yeah, Linda here on the line. She actually traveled from Germany to go on our MAGA cruise, so that was pretty cool, Linda. And yeah, you know, we do have a great group of people, very nice people.
It was fabulous.
Never too early to make your reservations.
She's already booked on the next one.
I already signed up.
I was there when she signed up. She signed up on the ship.
There is a loyal fan.
Also, I want to mention I took the advantage of flying from Germany to the States. I took the advantage of going to see Dr. Appleton. I went to him 2 days before the cruise and a day after the cruise, and I'm in love with him.
He's awesome. Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain treatment's amazing. You know, you're a professional dancer, so I guess you got all kinds of bodily abuse from years of dancing.
Well, the other I showed other people on the cruise. You didn't know my whole back is stiffened. I've had so I have balance issues, and I'm considered handicapped.
Oh.
So that's why I went to see him.
Well, no, I'm glad you came, and you definitely added to the group, and you were the life of the party.
I don't know about that, but I've met so many nice people.
Yeah, we have good people.
You know how you go on vacations and you exchange names with people that you meet on vacations? This is different. These are people that I know we're going to stay in contact with. Mm-hmm. I just know that.
Yeah, we have a cruise. We have a cruise family, and every cruise, the family gets bigger when new people join us. Like you.
So anyway, have a great Easter to everybody, and thank you for everything, to you, to Ian, to Steve, and to Dr. Appleton.
Awesome.
I'll see you next year.
All right, Linda. Look forward to it.
Linda, it's not before, okay?
Yes, Linda from Germany. Take care. Oh, and by the way, I made a video. I was videoing vlogging the entire cruise. And Sunday night on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig Show, I'm going to debut the video of the cruise. And I've done this one in a different. I've got it 99% done. I just got to do a couple tweaks. But I did this video in a different way than the other cruise videos I've done. So it'll be Sunday night on my YouTube channel, debuting that video. All right. And I think Linda from Germany, I think she came further than anyone else on board with us, Steve, by far.
I think so.
Isn't that something? I know, it's amazing. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Okay, hold on, Steve. The phones are just ringing off the hook. That tends to happen on Open Manga Mike Friday. All right, you want to take more calls?
Yeah, well, I'm still trolling for somebody from Coral Springs that might know the principles in this horrible murder.
Yeah, okay, all right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, Cindy from Florida.
Hey.
Yeah, why do you think he even picked her? Why did he select somebody else, like Judge Janine from the beginning?
Why did he pick her from the beginning? Because she was part of his legal team and one of his lawyers, and he thought she was the right person for the job, and she was Beatrice Arnold, apparently.
Oh my goodness! It seems like the AG must be a hard position to pick. I guess I don't know. I think he's done with picking women. I think he's done it. The women have turned on him.
I don't know. He had men in the first term as Attorney General, and they both were traitors.
Well, he did. I mean, look, Donald does have a history of hiring very, very attractive and qualified, by the way, women.
Like you were saying, Lena Harper does have a job right now, does she? Maybe he might pick her. I don't know, but he should have went with. Remember the bald guy? They had acting.
Whitaker.
Yeah, he's the treated him. I know he's an ambassador or something now. He should have stuck with him instead. He picked Ralphie instead. Bill Barr.
Todd Blanche is acting Attorney General. I trust Todd Blanche. I mean, he was Trump's attorney in that Mershon case. So I mean, he's the Attorney General now. He can start doing arrests today.
I hope so. And I think you're right about Patel. I think he's incompetent. I don't know who could fill the shoes with that one either.
It doesn't matter who the director of the FBI is, as long as the Attorney General sends the feds out to do arrests.
I hope so. I mean, it seems like it's hard to pick a good cabinet. Tulsi, they said maybe she's next. I don't know. I like her, and I think she's intelligent, but I didn't trust her. He's crossed over from a Democrat the way she did it.
Well,
I don't know. She just wanted to be in
President Trump used to be a Democrat. Ronald Reagan used to be a Democrat.
Well, an old-fashioned Democrat, yeah. That's your grandma's Democrat, not these idiots today.
Okay.
But I get so upset because he doesn't deserve that.
Well, listen, if Todd Blanche makes some arrest, all will be forgotten, right?
He's so loyal. If you've been loyal to him, he's loyal to you, and that's like I hate to see him go through this. He doesn't deserve it.
I agree. All right, listen, I appreciate the call.
All right, Wes.
All right, okay. I guess she doesn't want me to hang up on her. But, what are you going to do? I'm going to put everybody on hold here. Hold on a second. Oh, Steve, I wanted to talk about your neuropathy.
Yes.
Do you know it's been over 3.5 years since Lighthouse Medical treated you for your neuropathy? Over 3.5 years.
Seems like only yesterday.
Well, yeah. It's an amazing thing. Your neuropathy is a lot like my pain, right? When you're dealing with neuropathy, it's so. I mean, it's painful. It may even be a certified disability. I mean, it makes life really unlivable and unbearable. It's very difficult. And when you go to Lighthouse Medical, you're suffering so much, you just want relief from your neuropathy, and we really weren't thinking more about the immediacy of getting relief from your neuropathy. And here we are, you saw relief after your first treatment. They, of course, rid you of all your neuropathy symptoms. And over 3.5 years later, your neuropathy has not returned. And that's really amazing. And, Lighthouse Medical can help you with your neuropathy no matter where you're located in the world. If you're in Germany like Linda, or you're in Pompano Beach, Florida, they can help you over the phone or through either telehealth or through a video call. If you're local and you can make it in person in Pompano, that's awesome. But they understand if you have neuropathy, even if you're local, it may be difficult, if not impossible, for you to get out of the house. So give them a call. I'm going to give you the number. When you call Lighthouse Medical, make sure you mention you heard them on the Steve Kane Show, so you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. We'll be right back. All right. I'm going to put you on hold, Steve. Okay? Hold on.
Okay.
Morning. I just want to thank you for admitting that we were all right about Trump all along making bad decisions. He hired Pam Bondi, or was he tricked? I can't remember. I don't know how you're going to angle that. Was he tricked? Did he make a bad decision? Which angle are you going to take on that?
There's no angle. You think about all the people he's hired. He's hired thousands of people in this second term, and he's got one or two bad apples. So what?
No, he vouched for her. He said she was great, brilliant.
He's hired thousands. He's hired thousands of people, and he's had a couple bad apples.
No, he made a bad decision. You admit that now? That's crazy.
Nope.
We know his brain's slipping away. He's losing his mind. He thinks that you can take down drug prescription prices 800%.
Well, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. When you're talking about people losing their minds, obviously, since you've lost yours, this is an area you may have some expertise in.
That's clever. Did you get that in middle school? That was a good one.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
I guarantee you.
No, I stole that one from Steve. I've heard Steve use that one in the past. I'm plagiarizing you, Steve. That was a good. That's an oldie but a goodie.
You're gonna say what Pete Hegg.
I don't waste the good. I'm not gonna waste the good ones on you.
I gotcha. When Pete Hegg gets fired, you're gonna say, "I knew he was bad all along. I knew it. He was bad all along."
No, I have done multiple shows going after Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, and Dan Bongino. Multiple shows, full shows.
Lately, in case Dad hears
many shows. Go on my YouTube channel. I've probably done a dozen shows in the last year going after her, Cash Patel, and Bongino. Maybe even more.
But like a child, he's angry that she's not going after his political opponent. Oh, they were mean to me, Pam. Can you please punish them, Pam? They were mean. They were mean to me. Like, that's so childish. It shows how bad he is.
We're childish. Listen to how you're speaking. And you're saying we're childish?
I was talking about Trump. I was doing a voice to actuate what I was trying to say. I know that it's hard for you to listen. Listening is not good for you.
This is how Mom Donnie got elected. People like you.
I don't live in New York City, you weirdo.
I didn't say you did. I said people like you are how Mom Donnie got elected. Idiot liberals.
And people like you are why a dementia-abled person like Trump got elected. Do you think he's going to hear you and be like, "I want Brian. I'm going to look at Brian. I'm going to put my gaze upon his house."
He has.
And then you're going to put it in a safety deposit box.
He has.
And that's like that's a sure highlight of your life. He looked at me once.
No,
but I'm really sad. I feel bad for America.
Many times.
Knowing that
many times.
I'm glad that he's setting a precedent that when you're in office, you can hire somebody to go after your political opponent. That's great.
These aren't Comey and this crew are not political opponents. They're bad cops. They're crooked cops.
Then why isn't anyone arresting them?
Because Pam Bondi's corrupt. That's why. Because Pam Bondi's corrupt. Obviously.
Right. Trump hired a corrupt person.
Well, you don't know. You don't know someone's a traitor until they betray you. Benedict Arnold was George Washington, one of his best friends. You don't know someone betrays you until they do.
Isn't he a genius? The smartest of all of us? He couldn't see through that? That's weird. He's tricked easily. I hope. Man, that's why
you sound deranged.
I'm glad you admit it.
You know you sound deranged,
I'm glad you admit it.
I'm glad you're finally admitting it. Are you aware that you sound deranged?
Do you know how bad you sound right now? Are you aware?
Am I aware? You're gonna repeat you're repeating my statements back to you? That's pretty weak, man.
Oh, Brian, you're not that dumb. You know he's been tricked. So that's just really sad. I feel bad for America right now because of Trump.
Oh, really?
But we'll get better. We will. We'll move past it. The midterm, he's showing everyone how bad the Republicans are.
If the Democrats had a blue wave, what would you want them to do that didn't involve Trump? What's the agenda of the Democrats?
To remove Trump.
No. Something that doesn't involve Trump. Something that doesn't involve Trump. What is their platform?
To undo all the tariffs, get us out of this war in the Middle East that's costing us
the one we just won.
Dollars the
one we just won? Thousands. The horse costing thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Don't you mean billions?
Yeah, the
Costing
we
thousands.
won.
It's costing thousands.
No.
We got to get out of this war, Steve. It's cost thousands of dollars. This war with Iran. Oh my goodness. I'm embarrassed to have talked to that man. You want to take more calls, Steve, or what?
You're the boss.
Nah, let me talk about Coastal Weight Loss Secret first, okay? You know, I got a call from a guy earlier. He's getting ready to go on another cruise, and he's starting Coastal Weight Loss Secret because he wants to lose weight before his cruise too. You know, the thing about Coastal Weight Loss Secret, you know, this is, you know, we're in springtime, summertime will be here. You know, it feels so good to have lost weight and kept it off without any exercise, without starving myself, without any pills, without any injections. And, you know, all these things that people are taking now, go online and find a recent photograph or video of Kelly Osbourne, Ozzy's daughter. I don't know what she's doing, but she's she's on one of those pills or taking one of those injections, and she looks scary. You want to look like me. You want to look natural. You want to look like yourself. And I do, because it's all natural, the Coastal Weight Loss Secret. I've got my jawline back, my neck back. I no longer have partially obstructed view on my stomach. I got a flat stomach. I weigh what I weighed 30 years ago. And the most common thing I get is not just that you've lost weight, Brian, but that you look younger. I get that too. And give Coastal Weight Loss Secret a call and schedule your no-charge consultation. 561-247-6300. 561-247-6300. And online, coastalweightlossecret.com. All right, we've got a couple minutes left. You want to do a little lightning round here?
Do it.
All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Legally blind man from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, legally blind man from Fort Lauderdale. What say you? How do you see things? Da-dum-dum. No.
I had to get off the YouTube to call, so I don't know. I know it's Open Mic Friday, but
it is Open MAGA Mike Friday. It's Open MAGA Mike Friday.
Am I free to talk about the war and everything that's going on there?
Sure.
Okay.
What's your outlook? Legally blind man from Fort Lauderdale.
So, happy Palm Sunday and happy Easter to both of you, first of all.
How do you see things moving forward with the war?
Well, I would just like to comment that my late father was somewhat of an anti-Semite, if that's possible. He was a black man, African man from Ethiopia, but I was always pro-Israel.
Okay, we got 20 seconds.
I don't believe 20 seconds. Okay, so I would like to say that Shia Muslims, the Iranians, they're counterfeit Muslims.
Okay.
They're counterfeits, like
okay, I appreciate that. Interesting vision of the Middle East. Oh my goodness! All right, I don't know. I ran out of cited references with the legally blind man. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. The Open MAGA Mike Friday is a mixed bag, right? It's either the best show of the week or, you know, it's one extreme or the next. But I think we've had some pretty good calls today. You know, that last call though, Steve, before the legally blind man. You know, I asked him, you know, what's the Democrat Party's agenda? Get rid of Trump. They have no agenda. They have no vision beyond Trump. I mean, it's
that's correct. That's what's going to do them in.
That's right. That's right. And that's something that the entire country know. They have no vision, and they have no agenda. And President Trump has solved most of the big issues facing us in our society today. Well, listen, guys, we'll be back Monday morning at 6 a.m. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. And don't forget, Sunday night, I'll be debuting our MAGA Cruise video on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig Show on YouTube. And it's almost done. I just got a couple tweaks I got to do to it today. So that'll be Sunday on my YouTube channel. Check that out. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a happy Easter. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. We'll see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. All right, we're clear. All right, Steve, I'll let you go. All right, I'll talk. Okay, Steve already, let's go. I'll take a call or two before I go. I got a meeting in a few minutes, but I'll take a couple calls before we go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
All right, this is Larry from
Broward County.
Larry and Broward, what's on your mind?
And I don't know if you haven't heard this, but Hextech fired a whole-star general.
Yeah, he fired the Army Chief of Staff and a couple of other generals too, or maybe even an admiral. Yeah, he fired the Army Chief of Staff. That's correct.
Yeah, I was listening, but I haven't heard anyone spoke about it.
Well, we don't know really why yet. We don't have a specific reason why, so there's nothing really to say about it. You know what I mean? Until we have a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Appreciate the call. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Miss Faye from the Texas area.
Okay.
And I just want to wish you guys, thank you for the MAGA program that we can come and talk, and wish y'all a wonderful Resurrection Day. And I'm inviting you guys to Easter dinner, chicken and dressing, greens, potato salad, pecan pie. So you guys.
I wish I could come. I love collard greens. Like collard greens are like one of my favorite foods, and I don't have them very often.
All right, chicken and dressing, a whole lot of cranberry sauce, and a happy Resurrection Sunday. And I just want to say a shout out to our great, wonderful Governor Abbott, who Jasmine Crockett tried to put down. But what a strong, awesome governor he is, just like our president. We've had that Sharia law on our voting, and Texans voted 97, 98% no Sharia law, and they out here. And so now we just got to figure out what to do with all that property over there. They can't have their law with our great capitalist Jehovah.
That's true. That's true. Well, listen, happy Easter. All right. Yes. By the way, guys, before you go, make sure you like the video. Okay, that helps. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You fucking pedophiles.
Yeah. Oh, he hung up. Oh, I was interested in finding out more about that. Now I don't have to dump that because we're not on the radio now. That's allowed on the internet. All right. Happy Easter to you too, sir. Yeah, guys, please, if you're new, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. I will be here live throughout the entire Easter weekend, streaming and podcasting. So keep an eye out for that. And please like the video. When you like the video, it helps spread the word about the program to people that have not yet found it. So please like the video. Okay, guys? I greatly would appreciate that. And this is probably the same guy. Let's try it. Yeah, you're on the air. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was quicker that time. The rest of you want to hold. I'm sorry, I don't have any more time. I got a meeting I got to get to. But I'll see you later today and throughout the weekend. Happy Easter to everyone. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Take care.